I want to roll this clip from The View about the future nominee of the Republican Party, because Romney seems to think it's going to be Trump. Doesn't mean he agrees, but let's, there we go.
Let's hear
really
Mitt say.
is a scary thing. I guess I shouldn't be shocked.
The GOP is already looking ahead to 2024. I mean, this was surprising to me, because what's the point of running if you already know who the winner is going to be? Now, Mitt Romney is saying that if you know who decides to run again, he would definitely get the nomination. But you just wiped out all these other people who might consider running. You know, and some Republican pollsters say Florida Governor Ron DeSantis could be in the running because he's polling far ahead of other Florida Republicans like Marco Rubio. I mean, you know, what is the point of all of this? This is for us to talk about you know who, when you know who is facing a whole lot of other jail time, possibly, in the future. So why would they...
I think it's because of ratings. But they're like, the ratings have like been going down now that Trump's not in office. But I mean, the reality is we should be thinking about the future of like fascism has been growing or leanings towards fascism or fascist actions, as you could say, and who's gonna pick up this movement and keep it together. I mean, Run, you've been across the world fighting these guys. Any wisdom that you can send across the seas to us?
I mean, and I actually would rely less on that and more of my credentials as a Trumpologist. I always watch the whole rally. Like I tell everyone, don't just watch the clips. You got to watch the whole rally. You really got to get into it. I'm actually would love to hear what y'all think, because like I am absolutely confounded. I think it's sort of a 7-10, 50-50 split, however difficult thing you want to do it, where Donald Trump, the talented Mr. Trump, is the man to lead the party that he has recreated in his image. He's really good at it. He knows what makes good television. He knows how all those things work. Also, he's rather dumb and super lazy and was a really terrible president. And it's hard to run on like a really bad record of like denying the disease, getting the disease, like, you know, like the series of things that, you know, as we've talked about many times on your show, that even so, his innate talent almost brought him back to win again. Like he is, so there is something sort of off, idiosyncratic and magic about him. And I can't decide if that means that he has to be the inevitable nominee or if just, you know, Tom Cotton or some other Trump without polite, you know, some polite Southern Trump isn't the answer. I don't know.
Is there a leader in the Republican Party who would be able, other than Mitch McConnell, who would have the power to stop Trump from running again? And I agree with you, Ron. I mean, it came down to 3 states and 42,000 votes, and the Democrats lost seats. I mean, not quite a win for the Democrats. Seems like it's growing. I will, you know, as much as I hate covering Republicans all day long, there's a point where we actually have to, as a movement, recognize like Biden didn't do so great, and we need to prepare for what we might be up against. So even though it's 4 years from now, or what we need to kill in the meantime.
It's not who inherits Trump's coalition as much as who can have Trump's coalition and regular old Republicans at the same time, because that is a majority coalition, and anything less than that isn't.
Yeah, but he's still got regular Republicans. I mean, except for a few in swing states, like Kasich Republicans. Maybe that's, I don't know. I mean, Natalie, is there anybody who can stop him?
Well, 2 things. One thing, a lot of people are obviously concerned that he's going to run again and win. And I'm not saying that's not a concern, but what I do find heartening about that is I still think that, I mean, media and media prowess is key to understanding Trump and his rise. He didn't win the presidency on purpose. I mean, he was, you know, running for a bunch of earned media. He was looking to kind of get set up as, you know, a right-wing pundit. And, you know, he screwed up and did too well and won, bumbling into the office in a way that I think was like a true indictment of Democrats and our media and political culture and many other things. So all of that said, you know, I mean, I think that that's going to be the role that he falls back into over the next couple of years. And like, let's be honest, he likes that so much more. more. I mean, if he gets to be just a guy doing punditry on TV and every once in a while doing like massive rally-esque events that sell out, he's going to love that. Like, I'm not sure that he'll want to jump back into, electoral politics, but I do think that he will emerge as a very obvious kingmaker. What king he makes, people keep talking about, the next Trump, it'll be someone who's already in office. I think that they should be looking closer at media figures. That's what was such a big draw to Trump and helped him cobble together the coalition that he did. I mean, in terms of who could replace him? I don't know, Tucker Carlson.
Dorsey's texting. I'm thinking Tucker. You're doing it. We're all like Tucker.
I know, it comes up over and over again.
And you'll have Glenn Greenwald's endorsement too. It'll be like a whole pie.
I mean, whoever the kingmaker is, he's the tastemaker. That's for sure. He's the one who sets the agenda every night.
Yeah, no, he does. I mean, he had his ear. He plays populist, just like Trump played populist, even though he's wealthy. He comes from, a very wealthy family, has only had privileged upbringings. And yet, he is the king of all populists. And there's like this little red-brown alliance that's circling around Tucker too. So, to bring in any extra votes that they need. I think that's a good prediction. It's the only person I can think of too. And we should stop him now. We should make sure that all of his advertisers pull out based on the next stupid thing he said, just like Bill O'Reilly was taken down. We'll see if that happens.
There is something about being a one-term president, though. It makes you like a wounded animal. And so I think there's always this sort of part of you that wants to become whole by winning again. There's something, all the one-termers, they're just a little off. So you do want to keep your eye on them.
Well, Jimmy Carter at least revived.
He was off in a good way, but still, they're an idiosyncratic lot.
You'd think that he was like an actual leftist as a president. Turns out he wasn't. Thanks for watching and listening to The Nomiki Show. But remember to click like and subscribe on YouTube, and please share on social media. If you're not already a patron, please join us for as low as $5 a month on patreon.com/The Nomiki Show for early and special content. That investment makes a huge difference. We are not corporate media raking in the dough. It's really you guys that are keeping us going. So please consider being a patron. And to our current patrons, thank you so much. We are incredibly grateful to you. We also now have swag. So check us out on thenomikishow.com to get your mugs, your totes, and your stickers.